morning. It's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. I've got the Lamborghini out today and my cell phone mounted on the back window. Hopefully it stays there for a little while before it flies off. I was just dropping off registration for preschool this morning for our twins. We're switching preschools hopefully if we can get our registration in. It was Martin Luther King Day and I had to kind of finagle my way in because the preschool's closed, but I got the registration in there. Hopefully they get it. Bumps are always tricky in this car, but the nice thing is the front end actually raises up 2 inches to go over bumps like that. And then my little button right here, if you can see it, drops it back down. I'm not sure I can do any hard accelerations without the camera flying across the car, but it's nice to have the car out. We've had snow on the ground and roads for almost a month and I haven't been able to drive it at all. I tried to start it a couple days ago and the battery almost started. I got a couple cranks before it couldn't quite get it turned over, so I put a trickle charger on yesterday and it started right up last night, and I thought I would take it to work this morning. Today, I don't have a lot planned. I know I just supposed to have a fix and flip under contract here today, one I'm purchasing. We sent the contract to them over the weekend and they said it was verbally accepted, just waiting for them to sign the actual documents. You never know for sure until documents are signed. Sometimes people get a change of heart or they get a better offer in. It's always kind of a question mark, especially when they take 2 days to sign documents. You kind of wonder why they're taking so long. But that leaves me with, I've got 8 fix and flips right now. There. A little bit, not much. One is closing next week. Actually, 2 are closing next week. Another one is closing the 1st of February. So that'll put me down to 5 fix and flips. I think 5 to 7 is where I want to be. It's kind of my sweet spot. If I have 10 or 9 like I have had the end of last year, it's just too many for my contractors to fix. It's just too many houses. I'm holding them for 6 months to a year. It's just way too long. The longer you hold the property, the more risk there is if the market changes. You know, houses sitting there vacant for a long period of time is just not a good thing. So I think I want to keep it in that 5 to 7 range, maybe even 5 or 6, and see how that works out. That should leave me more cash to buy rental properties as well. So I really want to ramp up my rental property purchases this year. My goal is to buy 7 more. I only bought 3 last year, even though my goal was to buy 6 of them. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but you never know what's going to go on. So if I buy this new flip, I think I have it closing in about 3 weeks, and that'll put me at 6 flips. And I have another one that's on the market right now. It's a country property. I bought it for $75,000, which was a steal, but the listing agent said it needed to be torn down. Basically had no well, no septic. I ended up buying it for $75,000. It had a well, it just needed redone. It had a septic, it just needs some work. I think we ended up spending probably $60,000 to $80,000 on it. I don't have the exact numbers. It's a huge range. I do not suggest keeping track of your finances that much if you're just starting out. But we have it listed for $264,000 now. So we've had one offer at $230,000, but that was when it was first listed. I'm hoping to get a little better offer. It was bad luck that I got a HUD listing about 3 miles from this property. It's a country property with acreage. Right after I listed mine. And the HUD's property is not as nice as mine, but they listed it for $140,000, which is about $50,000 to $60,000 below market value. So we've had 70 showings on that house. Just about every country property person is going to make an offer on that house instead of looking at mine, which is a lot nicer but much more expensive. So I'm hoping as soon as the HUD sells or goes under contract, then I'll get some more action on my property. So that's what's going on the start of the year for the fix and flips. Got the Diablo out. I'm almost to our office and work now, about 3 blocks away. One nice thing about living in Greeley where I'm at, there's about 100,000 people. There's very rarely much traffic, pretty quick to get around town, and there's also no other Lamborghinis really. And we'll hit the brakes real fast. That got us up to about 55 pretty quick. And you can't beat the sound of the V12. I don't know how much of it comes through on the sound on the phone, but I almost never listen to the radio. I always just listen to the car when I'm driving this. We have another bump, so we'll raise it up. Little nifty button. I always keep an eye on people behind me and around me in this car, because I have to go so slow over bumps, and people just do not pay attention to their driving. They pay attention to me. I'll see them videotaping me while they're driving with one hand and stopping in the middle of the road on a green light. It's just kind of crazy. So it actually makes you a much better driver, because I am constantly aware of my surroundings and other cars around me and what they're doing. I'm never on my phone. I'm never looking at anything else except the road, really, because people just don't use their brains sometimes when they see this car. It's also a lot of fun too to see all the attention, but that's another thing. So I will get us parked over here. My office is right over here, and then I'll put in my nifty little flyer I made. It basically, someone's in my spot. I always park right here at the edge, and with the snow in the parking lot right there, I don't know if I've got room. I always park right there. Let's see. No, I'm gonna skip that spot. I'll get it parked over here. I have a flyer here, which I'll show you, which says basically, sell a house with us and get a free ride in the Lamborghini, or buy or sell a house, really. And no one's taken us up on it yet, but I think it'll work eventually. I got it license plate cover, and we built a website as well that we're going to start pushing, but so far this little flyer is all I've had to really promote that. So I'll take this off here. Doors, of course, are not easy to open with one hand. Slide up like that. And I'll do a quick walk around the car before I go into the office. There it is. A little dirty. I need to get it washed today. Oh, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.